What is up, YouTube? It is your boy, Luscious Duncan. So I've made plenty of videos making fun of my friends for getting into crypto, like a week ago. Little late was kind of telling you, all right. I was like, I'm gonna make a positive video, and then I immediately making fun of people. Okay. I don't want people to get fucked over in the crypto universe, and there's very easy ways to do that. One of those ways, probably not one of the ways that you might get fucked over, but somebody who, let's say, has been a few months in, and they've been doing some trading, and they're like, wonder what's up and what's down, blah 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 blah, and then they go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, and they see wow, this one's up like 1,000% over the day. There's things to look out for. So that can be real. Obviously, that's happened with Dogecoin. That happened recently with Dogecoin. We had 1,000% up in a day. I think it was 1,000. But here's how you can spot some shady shit. Let me show you. So right now, I am on the largest gainers and losers in crypto on CoinGecko, and immediately I am questioning Capital XL. I'm questioning C-Chain. The C-Chain not as much, because that was only up 137%. But these guys, like Bitcoin God, Cypher, Capital, all these I'm questioning. Now, what's weird about Cypher is it doesn't have one of the telltale signs of, shady business. This one actually has $1.5 million in volume. If you ever see a coin that is up a bunch or down a bunch and doesn't have a lot of volume, it doesn't matter. That's usually somebody found a wallet that they're like, oh, this has this on it. Where can I sell this? And then they go sell it on the one exchange that's left that still sells it, and they take up every sell order. So by doing that, that would actually raise the price like a ton. By selling all their stuff, because then, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But regardless, I'm looking into this shit, right? And I look at Cypher, and I go to their thing, and I'm seeing look at these, up 34,000% over 24 hours, and I said to myself, I'm like, I guarantee you this chart is flat as a board, and then in half a fucking second jumps up. Like there's no volume, and then just let's see. Okay. Oh, well, here you go. I'm not even looking at the 24-hour right now. That was my own thing. That was me highlighting the part where it happened. Come on, pull out, you fucker. I'm going to 7 days. 14? Can you do it, please? Thank you. Okay, yeah. That's the 14-day thing. 24-hour chart is that. It's pretty much the same thing. So I was like, let me look closer at it to see how long did this take. Okay, so at 13:44, you can see the price there was 0.00033 cents. Volume is about 5,000 pretty consistently. So $5,000 was being traded back and forth. And from 13:44 to 13:48 in 4 minutes, we went from 0.0003 cents to 9 cents. And we went from $5,000 in volume to $1.6 million in volume. It continued to be that much for quite a while. But just those few minutes. Just those few minutes, actually, it seems. In the past hour, it hasn't really done anything. You know why? Because only one person was doing it. It's most likely money laundering. It's on a weird exchange. It's on some exchange I'd never heard of before. Because if you look at the markets tab, you will notice that there is quite the discrepancy in price. Whoop! Just one. And what's funny? This isn't even the one I was talking about originally. I was talking about Bitcoin God. Bitcoin God I looked at, and they were on some exchange called AEX, which I'd never heard of. It was a Chinese exchange. And it was the same thing. But what was weird about that was I was like, oh, maybe it's because the volume was so high. I was like, maybe it's a legit, quote unquote, coin that, finally got listed on some legit exchange. And for whatever reason, it's getting a lot of hype. No, that's not the case. It was one person. In my mind, in my mind, at least. I mean, when you're seeing $5,000 volume every day, all day, for a year, and then in 4 minutes, it goes up from 0.0003 cents to 9 cents, and goes up $1 million in volume, that to me says somebody had $1 million and they needed to wash it. They needed to put it through a weird exchange no one would ever think of. No one would ever look at Bitcoin God. No one would ever look at Cypher, and they put it through this funky exchange and then probably put it into a mixer after that. A mixer being like it's or a Bitcoin tumbler with an ER, and they do that so that people can't trace the coins back to them, because you can do that with Bitcoin. People think Bitcoin's anonymous. It's not. It's pseudo-anonymous. So I clicked on the Cypher website because I'm like, I guarantee this is a dead site, right? It's not, but it is another thing that you should look out for when you're looking at coins. If every single fucking shitty coin uses this exact same... I mean, like, you see this and you're like, oh, this is like a professionally designed website. Like, they got shit in the background floating around. This cool artwork, da-da-da-da-da. Well, guess what? This fucking artwork is on every scam site ever. And I don't mean scam site. I mean, like, failed coins. Sometimes they are a scam. But usually it's somebody's trying to make a coin and it just fails. And every time it has the isometric view, and it's got this like slightly cartoonish look to it. It's gonna have some people, I haven't scrolled yet, so it's gonna have some like shots of like people like being happy, like shopping, I bet. Yeah, and it's gonna describe the coin. It's gonna be like, oh, you know what it is? It's like it allows for fast transactions and da 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 da. As a utility token for the crypto community. That means nothing. The community will get rewards, prizes, offers, and promotions in Cypher Token by utilizing our mobile and web applications, service, or program. Okay, now I can already tell English is not the first language, and it is nothing. It's nothing. So far, it's told me nothing about it that's special from any other coin. It is well advanced and secured token management system powered by Ethereum blockchain. Oh, the English as a second language is getting more like third, fourth language. It is a ERC20 token. Wow, amazing. They didn't put the hyphen between ERC and 20. Horrible, horrible grammar. Our aim, this is all capitalized. Every letter of this sentence. Our aim is to create unified ecosystem business without conducting an ICO. It is purely non-ICO business model. Great. Yeah, ICOs, by the way, if you're not aware, initial coin offerings. It's like the IPOs that they have in the stock market. So say a company is about to go public, as opposed to private, and sell stocks on the stock market. Like Uber and Lyft had IPOs, They're like, okay, well, we think we're worth about this much. And typically what they'll do with, at least with ICOs, I don't know if they do this with IPOs, but with ICOs, they will be like, hey, we think the coin is worth, 2 cents, right? So we're going to have an ICO, and we are going to offer you the chance to buy some of the coins at a discount. So when they hit the market, when we go public, then you'll have a lot more money. But what they do is they make you pay a lot. They make you buy a shitload of them. And there's 3 situations that can happen. One, it becomes a successful coin and you do okay. Very rarely happens. Tezos is an example of one where that actually did happen, but it was also infamous for it taking forever to go from the ICO to actual mainnet launch. So that situation, you also have they just take your money and leave, which they can do. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go public. Never mind. Or they do go public, they do release the coin, and it just fails miserably. And yeah, but ICOs were huge in 2017. Every fucking everyone and their neighbor was fucking making an ICO. I swear to God, it was horrible, so stupid. But yeah, this is just a warning to all of you out there. Be careful. Research your shit before you buy it. Know what you're buying. All right. People are buying Dogecoin, and it's doing actually pretty well, like surprisingly well. I was convinced 100% this was gonna be like exactly like the TikTok boom, where it went up for like a day or two and that was it. No, this has actually been like people have been keep memeing it up quite a bit, and it's still at 5 cents. It's really crazy. That being said, understand what Dogecoin is. It was created as a joke. Litecoin is a fork of Bitcoin, and Dogecoin is a fork of Litecoin. And Dogecoin was created as a means to make fun of the fact that there were so many coins out in the universe, and there are. I mean, it's ridiculous, but that being said, it is fast. From what I recall, I've only used it a few times, but just understand that. Understand that. Look into their history, and they've done great things. They've like done donations in Africa and shit. Like it's wild. Like because they released it as a joke, and it went up some absurd amount in price right after they released it, and they used that to do a lot of humanitarian aid, which is great. But as far as an investment goes, I wouldn't fuck around with Dogecoin personally. But yeah, understand what you're buying before you buy it. Look it up. Read about it. Like, there's so many coins, like Hedera Hashgraph is an example of one that I just read about that I didn't look up for the longest time because I didn't like their name. And then I looked them up and I'm like, whoa, why the fuck haven't I read about this? This is amazing. Like, so yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Be careful out there. Never guilt yourself for taking profits. All right? You can always do that if you want. All right, bye.